My name is Precious Chidera Okafor. The daughter of Prophet Dr. Chris Okafor. I used to live with him years ago and I left around 2020. Yes, I left around 2020 because things were about to get out of hand. While I was living in the house, amongst all my siblings, I'm the only one from my mother, while the four of them are from a different mom. While I was living in the house, I used to get treated unfairly. Like it was very, very visible, and even the workers in the house could see it. And one evening, he called me to his room that he wanted to speak to me. And
Okay.
after I went in, he was, standing behind the door, and then he locked the door and he said I should sit down. And I sat on his bed and he started speaking to me. He started telling me that he knows that I always feel bad because of how he treats me differently from my siblings. But he's only doing that because he loves me and he wishes that fathers could marry their daughters, that he would have gotten married to me. And that was when he started to touch me, like touch me all over my body. And in that moment, I was sitting very still and frozen because I could not really understand what was going on. And that was how we continued. On different occasions, he would call me. Like another time, he called me and then he locked the door again and then he started trying to kiss me all over on my lips and all over my body. And it felt like I was quiet for a long time because for me, as at that time, I was somebody that was so desperately seeking the validation of my father. I was alone in the house. I didn't have any like, siblings of my own. So the fact that he was, talking to me, at least like for me, all I was thinking about at that time was, okay, if this is going to at least make my dad talk to me, if this is going to make him treat me equally and fairly, then okay. And there was a day I had a terrible dream, and as a man of God that he is, I went to meet him so we would pray together. And that was the night that he almost penetrated me, but it didn't happen. I think he saw how scared I was and how I was sweaty and shaky on the bed, so he said I could leave and I left. And that was when I was able to use a teacher's phone in school, and I decided to tell my mom about all that was going on. Then the next week or a few days after, she came to get me from the house, and that
Hmm.
was how I left.
How old were
And
you then?
I was about 14, 15 years old at that time.
Wow. So when you told your mom, what did she do about it?
She cried so much, and she was serving at that time. She was in a, I think she was in the northern state, so she had to come back, like she had to calm down. And mind you, I don't know if I should put this out there, but he also forcefully had his way with my mom when she was 15. That was how she was pregnant. That
You
was how
raped,
she got pregnant.
you raped your mom?
Yes,
You were born out of
yes,
rape?
yes, out of wedlock. Yes,
Ah.
when she was just 15, she used to attend this church, and she was in the choir. So that was how he knew her, and that was how he raped her.
So who pays your school fees? Like who pays your school fees, saw you through school?
Presently, everything has been my mom. For since I left his house, I haven't spoken to him. He hasn't reached out. He tried to reach out once. He called me one evening, but he wasn't saying anything. Basically, he was sounding so prideful and asking me why I also did not reach out to him. That the phone works both ways, and the conversation did not lead anywhere. It was just that one call in the whole of 5 years, and that happened in the beginning of this year. That was when he tried to call me.
Does your mom try to go to him and take money from him for your upkeep or for your school fees?
Never, never. The only time she did that was when I was still with her before I fully moved in into my father's house. When I was with her and she would go to meet him that, oh, she wants to pay my school fees, she wants to do this for me. And she opened up to me last year that that the reason why she's so bitter towards my father is because he treated her like an object. Like all the times that she would come to the house to come and ask for school fees or ask for anything, he would try and try and try to have his way with her. Other times, I don't know. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of. I don't know if she agrees because she never said that, but she told me every single time she would go to try and get my school fees, he's always, always, always trying to have his way with her, and he's always forceful about it.
So anytime she goes to ask him for your upkeep, he tries to sleep with her, and sometimes he tries to even rape her.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And while living in the house, countless times, even as a child, I did not really understand it. But growing up, I saw how that rejection made me feel. There are countless times he would take I and my sister Marachi to go and run DNA tests. And even if he runs the test and he sees that we are his children, he still tells people and just like says it that we are not his children for some reason. And I don't really know what his reason is. Tells everybody that, I'm not his child.
Wow. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Okay. Anyways, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in
All
touch,
right.
okay?
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Bye.
Thank you.